Hey you guys, it's Elle and welcome back to my channel. And so today is Foundation Friday and we have a drugstore foundation. It is the Rimmel London Lasting Finish 24-Hour Breathable Foundation. I actually have been wearing this a couple of times and I can't wait to tell you about this. So if you want to know more about it, hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and let's do it. All right, so this foundation I actually was sent, but I saw it in the drugstore at Walgreens a few days after I got it, and so I was really intrigued. But they did send this to me, and I have been wearing it and kind of enjoying it. Now, I haven't given it a wear test, but I want to tell you more about it. So this foundation, it says, is a lightweight skin perfecting foundation with medium coverage, breathable skin technology that moisturizes for up to 25 hours. So basically what that says is it's a medium coverage, lightweight feeling, and it also moisturizes and hydrates the skin. So obviously not something that's super ideal for super oily skin, but for me, since I am more normal to dry, this is a great foundation for me. The ingredients are, you know, not the worst I've ever seen. There is a couple different silicones in here, alcohols, things like that. So you can make that judgment call yourself. And it says to apply it by using the applicator, dot the product onto specific areas of the face that you would like to conceal, blend into skin in circular motions. So that basically means with a brush. But I have this one right here, and this color is, what color are you? 102 Nude. And I actually have been applying this with my hands. I do have a primer on this side of my face. It is the Nude Touch-Up Primer that I will be doing a full review on next week. So stay tuned for that. So it looks like this big doe foot applicator, very similar to a foundation that recently came out. I do think that this color is a touch dark for me, but overall it's an okay match. I also have the concealer, all right? So let's give that a good go. But basically this is how I've been applying it, even though they say to put dots on the face. I find that this has worked really well for me. And then basically I either take my hands or I take a beauty blender, and I've just been kind of pushing this into the skin. And this color is a little bit warm for me, but my skin on my chest is a little bit darker than my face, so it's a good in-between color. And I have not worn this with a primer yet, so I'm really interested to see the wear time with the primer and how it finishes, because it did have a tendency to, you know, after a couple of hours, break up around my typical areas, which is right here in the center of my face. So it goes on really easily. It's very skin-like. The only thing is that whenever I wear this, I don't feel like it is super hydrating whenever I use my hands or when I have used a brush. So to me, the overall finish of this foundation is fairly matte. So that is something to notice. If you are more combination, you can use your hands. I am bringing this down my chest or my neck because it's not the right color. But it definitely has a medium coverage, and I do like applying it with a beauty blender a little bit more than I like the hands, so that's good to know. It's just very skin-like, to be honest with you. It's very pretty foundation. I'm gonna see if we can cover up this guy right here, and maybe this guy. And I'm gonna kind of pat this in a little bit. So you can see that it does build up a little bit, but nothing, you can't build this up to a full coverage when you're spot concealing. But this foundation would be beautiful for somebody that does not like foundation and just wants to spot conceal. This would be a great foundation for you because it is so skin-like. All right, so let's put this let's put the concealer on. I have used this a couple times. You know, I like to wear this stuff before I tell you about it because I want to know more about it than just a first impression, because sometimes you can have a first impression and you hate it and then you use it a couple more times and you're like, hey, what was I even thinking? Now I know how to use it and I really like it. So this is the Long Lasting Finish 25-Hour Breathable Concealer by Rimmel. It's the same line. It's part of their line. It does come with, it's hard to get out, to be honest with you. It does come with this little sponge tip applicator, very similar to the applicator for the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, just smaller. I have not had the best success with this concealer over time. Like, it goes on super, super pretty, and then after a little while, it starts to get quite a bit cakey, and lines kind of show through. And when I use it with a beauty blender, it actually kind of will, obviously, it dilutes the product. So I've been going in with my finger to kind of press this out so I get a little bit more pigmentation, because it's definitely more of a lightweight concealer, but you get a different finish with the beauty blender. Does that make sense? I do like this color though. It's a very pretty color of concealer, and it's in 100. So I have given this concealer a wear test before, and again, like I said, it kind of cracks and creases every once in a while, but I've set it in the past, so I'm not going to set it today. I'm actually not going to set the face anywhere except for just a little bit right here where I have put extra amount. All right, so I'm just going to come in pretty close so you guys can see the under eyes. We're looking okay so far. It is a very light coverage, but again, I'm not going to set this. I want to see if it does any better than it did before. All right, guys, so I'm back. I just put my blush and lip and bronzer on. Just so you know, I use the Hourglass Luminous Bronze Light as my bronzer, and then the Incandescent Flash. And then my lip is by Pixie by Petra in Pastel Petal for my lip. And I have not done anything else to the makeup except for put a little bit more glowy on the cheek to kind of help with the, I would say it's more of a skin finish, this foundation. It's one of the foundations that I mean, I don't find a ton of foundations except for the Bobbi Brown one is a very skin-like finish. The Smashbox one, the 24-hour one, is a very skin-like finish. But this one is a great substitute for both of those. It just gives a little slight demi-matte finish to the skin. But that's the glow you see right here is those Hourglass products. But for me, you know me, I wanted you to see without a hydrating spray, but you know me, I just need a little bit more glow and give it a little bit of hydration. It just feels like it was just a touch dry on my skin. I do notice from side to side is that it's not really sitting into any fine lines or anything like that. I do obviously notice a little bit more of a poreless side with the primer side, but the side without the primer looks very pretty, very skin-like. Chin is looking good. Yeah. So I really like this foundation. When they offered to send it to me, I was very excited because I know that you can get Rimmel a lot of places, and I know sometimes we talk about products we can't get internationally a lot, so I was excited to try this for you. In the next coming Foundation Fridays, I have Burt's Bees, and I also have some Physicians Formula coming up, so I'm really super excited to show you guys that. But we're going to give this a good wear test. I'm going to take you out in real light, and let's see what it looks like. All right, guys, so we are in natural light. It is raining outside, so I can't go all the way outside, but I am in front of a very bright window with natural light, and you can see how pretty it makes the skin. I think it's a beautiful foundation. It feels so light on the skin. I think it's a great price point. I want to remember how much it was. Let me see. At CVS, okay, so on the CVS website, It is $7.99, which I love. And I just think it's beautiful on the skin. I love it. I wear this often. You know, I try so many foundations that I kind of change it up every so often, but you have been asking me recently, and this is what I've been wearing, or I've been wearing the new one that I showed you in brands you don't know, the Clee one. But I will be wearing this a little bit more often because so far so good. So hopefully it wears, you know, really well, and I can use this as one of my more long-term skin-like foundations. But anyway, this is where we're at. So far so good. Hey you guys, so we are at hour 6 and the foundation is looking really good. I'm sorry, I've been trying to find natural light, but it is pretty dark here because it's been raining all day. But I think the foundation looks stunning. The concealer is holding up fantastic. And remember, we did not set it, but it's holding up really, really nicely. It is kind of, it does crease ever so slightly, but I'm okay with that. And there is a natural glow to the face that wasn't there before. So I'm really enjoying it. It's wearing really nice. It's set down. So I think this is definitely a really great contender. The price tag is amazing. So let's see how it goes for the next couple of hours. Hey guys, it's me. So I am back. This is probably, what time is it? Where's my phone? All right, so it is quite a bit later than I expected. We are at hour 14 and everything is holding up really, really well. Obviously this side with the primer is holding up, in my opinion, a little bit better, but I think the foundation looks gorgeous. I'm really blown away by the overall effect of this foundation, how long it lasts. I just love that it's a long wearing foundation that is not super heavy. It's not like full coverage. So in my opinion, this gets way 2 thumbs up. I absolutely love this. I would definitely go with a color that's a little bit lighter than I did, but overall love it. The concealer actually is starting to kind of fade away as normal concealer would. So it's not like super long wearing concealer, but honestly, for the price point for both of these is definitely something I would recommend for you guys to check out. I just really am a fan of this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye.